Welcome to the Child Care Genius Podcast, the world's leading authority on child care marketing, mindset, expansion, and profitability. Our host, Brian Duprey, is the world's most sought-after child care coach, having helped tens of thousands of child care owners from around the globe take their business to the next level. Let's welcome to the Child Care Genius Podcast, our host, Brian Duprey.
Hello and welcome to the Child Care Genius Podcast Training Series. My name is Brian Duprey. I'm your host today. So excited to be here for week 2 of Financial Week. So we're going to be talking a little bit about finances today. And before we get started, I want to remind you that our Child Care Genius Leverage Conference, is financial leverage in your business, is September 29th to October 2nd of this year, 2025. It's going to be in Riviera Maya, Mexico. Tickets are on sale right now. We only have a few tickets left. They're going fast. We'd love to have you there. Go to childcaregenius.com under the conference tab. Select the Financial Leverage Conference. Get more information about it. Learn how we have $1 million guarantee. I mean, how would you like to go to a conference and the conference host is going to guarantee you're going to get $1 million worth of information at the conference? Pretty darn cool. Or your money back, mind you. So again, putting my money where my mouth is. And every topic is going to have a financial component to it, and with the ultimate goal of increasing your profitability and making you a multi-millionaire. And we will show you how to do it. Every speaker there has made over $1 million in the childcare business. How's that for a good lineup? All right, so today we're going to talk a little bit about your net worth and knowing what it is. If you ever sat down and done a personal financial statement, or what we call a PFS. Now, if you've ever borrowed money from a bank, SBA, they probably asked you to fill out a PFS. I do mine annually. I have to do mine annually because the bank requires it, because I have a lot of real estate loans outstanding because I buy a lot of real estate. So every year they're asking me for an updated PFS. And I love doing it every year because I love watching that number grow by close to 7 figures each and every year. It's one of my favorite days of the year to update my PFS. So what you can do is you can go online, just Google it, and just say personal financial statement example or blank, and they'll spit one out for you. Basically, it's assets and liabilities. An asset is something of value, something that if you could sell for cash, that is an asset. A liability is money owed on an asset, it could be or non-secured, something that you owe money to, car loan, personal loan, credit cards. Those are liabilities, credit card balances. An asset would be your house, your car, your business, something that could be sold for value. When you're putting your PFS together, you have to list all these. So when you think of assets, think of your retirement plan, think of any money in savings, any money in checking, kids' college funds. Like, these are all assets that if you had to sell everything tomorrow, if you had to, you're forced to, you liquidate it, this is a dollar amount you get. Well, of course, it's not all yours, right? Because you have liabilities. So if you owe money on your house, or owe money on your cars, or owe money to the dentist, or owe money to whatever, that is your liabilities. So you have to deduct all your liabilities from your asset number, and then you'll come up with your net worth. And just remember, your childcare business has value in it. So that is part of an asset. The actual business value is one of those assets. And if you come to our conference in the fall, we'll teach you how to figure out what the value of your conference is, because it's something we do. We will help you with that. So if you're ever thinking of selling, our conference is probably the first place you want to start. So that's how you compute your net worth, and then track it. Keep the track of that on a spreadsheet each and every year and see how your net worth grows over time. It should be going up and up and up and up. Even if you were to borrow money to buy a property, your net worth still increases. Well, Brian, if I'm going more in debt, why does it increase? Let's just say you buy a property that's $500,000 and you get a $500,000 or $400,000 loan on that property. You're going to take $100,000 cash, which is part of your assets, put it as a down payment. You now have a $500,000 asset. So $100,000 is replaced by a $500,000 asset, and now you have a $400,000 loan against that property. So the business, everything evens out to be the same because you now have an asset and a liability that was the same as before. And so your net worth doesn't change at all by buying a property. How it increases as your tenants pay your mortgage each and every month, your equity increases in the property's value increases over time. So your net worth increases over time with any property that you own without you doing anything. And a lot of times without money out of your pocket because your tenants are paying your rent. This is what we teach in the Child Care Genius Financial Leverage Conference, how to diversify, how to get extra money, how to basically create long-term generational wealth. I know that sounds exciting for a lot of you guys. So you just learned how to compute your net worth. I hope you'll now go get yourself a PFS off the internet, sit down and write it, figure out what that is. I've had clients anywhere from negative net worth all the way up to $10 million net worth. When mine hit 10 million, I think I had a hallelujah breakdown and I was super excited. But just probably eight short years ago, it was only maybe a little over 1. So we've grown significantly, and that is thanks to the real estate part of it, which we do teach how to really expand your portfolio, create generational wealth. Your children may never want to buy your childcare business, but they'll never turn down passive income from rentals when you die. So you got to think about that. It's easily passed generation to generation, tax-free, mind you, with huge, huge, huge tax advantages that you cannot find in the childcare business. You could find in real estate. The tax code was designed for real estate investors, and take advantage of it. We'll teach all that because remember, your childcare business building that you're in is in real estate. Either you own it or somebody else owns it. We're going to teach you how to own that building if you're not owning it, and how to expand and open more locations and build more assets. And every person who I'm coaching, my goal is to get them to a $10 million net worth in just a few years so they could retire, have a good rest of their life, pass on generational wealth, and wake up every morning and not have to worry about the dollar bill, which is exciting. So we're going to conclude this week. We're going to be back next week. So this, like I said, this concludes this episode of the Child Care Genius podcast. We'll be back next Friday with another episode that's financial in nature on the Friday Training Podcast. And we will hope to see you next week. Thanks so much for tuning in.
Thank you for listening to the Child Care Genius podcast. If you enjoyed the show, please do us a favor and hit the subscribe button so you don't miss a future episode. Don't forget to visit our website at childcaregenius.com to see a list of services we offer to help grow your child care business. Until next time, thank you for being a part of the Child Care Genius community.